Nice putt.
Can I help you?
Looking for Dr. Martin?
Oh, I just stepped out for a few minutes. I can have him paged. Who should I say is calling?
John Brubaker, friend. I just had a couple questions I need to ask him.
Well, I'm Dr. Brian Graham, also a friend. Is there anything I can help you with?
Not unless you know one of his patients.
Oh, who's that?
Barbara Gilbert.
Does she have a complaint of some kind?
I'm afraid not. She's dead.
Boo! Tina.
Normal psychiatric visits, 25 cents. Extremely interesting neuroses. I don't know, we might be able to negotiate something. We'll have to talk to Lucy, though.
Lucy?
The comic strip character, Lucy.
Oh.
She's my business partner. Remember the lemonade stand? Psychiatrist, 5 cents? Well, it's the 1980s. It's 25 cents nowadays.
Well, I suppose I look like a likely candidate.
A bit forlorn, maybe.
Lovelorn is more like it.
Oh, well, in that case, advice to the lovelorn is free. Especially for friends like you.
Well, thanks, but no thanks.
No, I really mean it. Everybody needs someone to talk to occasionally. Most people find it pretty easy to talk to me.
I'm sure they do. You seem to have a good ear for people's problems.
Good shoulder, too, if you need it.
What is it, that obvious?
Vaughn, I know how you must feel. I mean, about Courtney and everything that's happened. Must really be tough on you. Now with Courtney's mother dying to complicate everything between you two. Look, are you sure you don't want to talk about it?
I'm sure.
It's not good to hold it in.
Tina, you know how they say that a blind person will develop a great sense of hearing simply to compensate for the fact that he's blind? Well, I think we're all a little like that. I mean, there just are certain voids in us that we compensate for in other areas.
That's why you don't need any of my traveling psychiatric services.
Yeah, something like that. I mean, I may not be able to talk very easily, but I compensate in other areas.
Other areas, such as?
Such as being able to maintain a nice guy facade without ruining our friendship.
I don't think you have to worry about that, Vaughn.
You're very kind, and I appreciate that. I can't tell you how much.
Look, things have got to get better between you two. Courtney needs someone strong like you right now.
Strong?
Come on, I saw the way you took charge at the Castaway the other night. She needs a strong hand like yours now.
Yeah, well, that's exactly how I feel. Unfortunately, it's not the way Courtney feels.
So the bottom line was no, 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 and no. No wonder you're all smiles.
And my former friend, the mayor, says, no, the date cannot be changed. No, it is not negotiable. No, he would not like to have the award ceremony without Ben there. No, it would be of little publicity value without Ben. And big surprise, it would be of absolutely no political value without Ben.
Gee, Terry, do you get the idea that the mayor doesn't want to change the service award evening for Ben?
So it was all just politics, like Ben said.
So it seems.
Well, you know how politicians can be in an election year.
Yeah. Thanks anyway, Harold.
I wish I could have been of more help.
Well, at least you tried. Oh, did you tell the mayor that Ben wouldn't be able to be there?
No, I think Ben ought to do that. I'm a little old to be playing messenger boy. I mean, a little court intrigue's okay from time to time. Dave, why don't you accept the award in his behalf?
Well, that's what we're trying to avoid.
Why? I don't think he'd mind. This place could sure use the publicity.
Yeah, I know, but, well, we've been through all the options, and I just feel that it's Ben's honor. It's his award, not the clinic's.
Yeah, that Upbeat magazine article sure made him into a celebrity, didn't it?
Sure did.
And he's wearing it very well.
Oh, I never doubted that he would. It does seem to me, though, that he's trying to keep the publicity from snowballing.
Yes, I agree. Well, and it's understandable to a point. He didn't want to give that interview to Monica Evans to begin with. I kind of coerced him into giving it. Once she threatened to do a hatchet job on him and indirectly the clinic.
Don't go blaming yourself for something that turned out very well for both Ben and the clinic.
Well, the upshot of all this is that Ben can't accept the award because he's going to be at the charity ball, and you don't want to accept it for him because you feel it's his honor.
Right.
Well, I don't want to accuse you of false humility, but I do know one thing. Somebody ought to accept that award. Just for the sake of this place. It's bound to enhance your list of donors.
Yeah, Lord knows we need it.
Well, I gotta go. Let me know how things work out.
Okay. Thanks, Harold.
John Brubaker. Your name does ring a bell?
Kingsley Police?
Ah, yes. Sergeant Brubaker. Now that you've mentioned Mrs. Gilbert, it seems to me that I've met her as well. How did she die?
We're not sure yet. Her bedside table was a veritable drugstore.
And Ben?
His name was on one of the bottles. Prescribing physician.
What about the other bottles?
We're checking them right now. Apparently she put them together, a couple of these different drugs, and made herself a lethal cocktail.
Any note?
Afraid not. Did you say that you knew Barbara Gilbert?
Well, that might be an overstatement. If I remember right, we met at the country club last Christmas, or maybe it was last month.
Well, whatever you can tell me about her. Anything would help at this point.
Instant character analysis is not my forte, but she did strike me as an extremely insecure person.
Please, go on.
Well, the symptoms were classic. Poor self-image, seemed to shy away from people. She appeared very apprehensive even among friends. In fact, I think I heard that she'd even threatened suicide at least once in the last few years.
Well, go on. You're being very helpful.
She was a nice woman, but not exactly one that radiated calm and stability. That's about it, Sergeant. I wish I could be more helpful, but the meetings weren't memorable. Tell me something, though. If the bed table was a veritable drugstore, as you've said, makes one curious as to why you're here.
Well, you're wondering if Bedford's at the top of the police list.
Huh?
You must admit, Dr.
Graham.
Graham, that a number of Bedford patients have made the news in the past couple of years. But I can assure you I'm a friend of Dr. Martin, so I just simply wanted to come.
Hey, John. What are you doing here?
He stopped by to ask you a few questions, Ben.
You get tired of your own green, Andy Bean? John, don't you think that if Brian here had a few more inches of muscle here and there, that he'd be a dead ringer for Andy Bean on the Pro Tour?
I don't know, Ben. I'm not into golf.
Excuse me, gentlemen.
Well, I guess it's a little too early for some ribbing. What can I do for you, John?
Ben, I had to talk to you about one of your patients, Barbara Gilbert. She died this morning.
Well, anyway, you've got my number, so if you change your mind, just give me a call, okay?
Okay.
Promise? I'm Courtney's friend, but I'm your friend too, Vaughn. I want you to realize that.
I do.
Very good, my dear. Please, don't move.
Scully!
Now do as you're told. Don't make a move and leave your handbag alone.
Who is he?
The name is James Bond.
What is this?
Shut up!
It's between us, Vaughn.
Thank you, love. Now that this unexpected pleasure has presented itself so early in the game, and in so convenient a location, let me say that it's really...
Listen, pal, we can all...
The name is James Bond. Now, love, you tell your friend here to be quiet or else. After all, there is a ritual that needs to be consummated.
It's okay, Vaughn. I deserve this for letting my guard down.
Any final parting thoughts?
No.
Good. How about on the count of 3? 1, 2, 3. Idiots!
Stay here! Oh! Oh, I tripped like a jerk! My ankle.
Swelling already.
Oh, what
We better get you back to your room and pack it in some ice. Here, hang on.
Oh.
Mrs. Gilbert is dead?
Yeah.
Sit down, John.
Nephew found a body this morning. Bedside table was a veritable pharmacy. A lot of the pills have been moved into unmarked bottles, except for one. And it seemed to be a tranquilizer or something. And you can guess who the prescribing physician was on that one.
Autopsy?
It's pending. Look, Ben, it's real hard for me to ask you this question, but I got to know what's going on here. I wasn't too crazy about it when you left the clinic and came to this palace here. You're gonna get a lot of heat on this one.
Why?
Because of her wealth and position. Socialites don't OD without causing some kind of big stink. I wanted to get to you first.
Is this your case, John?
That's pending too.
So this visit's off the record?
Yeah.
Well, look, on the record or off the record, I thoroughly examined Mrs. Gilbert, and there wasn't a thing in her write-up that would indicate any sort of adverse reaction to Sivanol.
Is that Sivanol with a C?
Yes, I prescribed the drug. It's very common for her type.
What is her type?
Acute anxiety, a lot of physical, emotional problems that would stem from that.
Since when are you a psychiatrist?
I'm not, but I've seen enough. Now look, John, she had psychiatric help in the past. She was very down when she came here. That's why I prescribed the Sivanol. It was only a temporary remedy until she could make an appointment with one of our psychiatrists.
Well, Jack Nicklaus or Andy Bean or whoever the heck he is seems to think she's a prime candidate for suicide. Do you agree with that?
You could say that, I guess.
But
But it's too easy, John. It's just too easy. I mean, I only talked to the woman once. Look, I could say a lot of things right now, but nothing conclusive at this point.
how'd she get on your patient list?
Most of the patients here at Bedford are referrals.
Referrals.
Uh-huh.
By who?
It was Brian, Dr. Graham.
Maybe if we make one more appeal to Ben, he'll try to get away from the charity ball.
I don't think so. I talked to Laurie, and he's really looking forward to it. She's even pitching in, too. It's very important to both of them at this time.
Well, even under duress?
No, Dave, he's made up his mind.
Yeah, well, I guess I better call the mayor and tell him that Ben won't be there.
No, I agree with Harold. I think it's Ben's responsibility to talk to the mayor. After all, he's the one who can't make it, right?
That's funny. You know, Ben doesn't want the publicity and the clinic needs it.
You don't want to steal his spotlight.
Exactly.
Is it false humility? Was Harold right?
Gee, I don't think so.
Well, think about it. What was it the man said? There's no such thing as bad publicity, and this is really the right kind of publicity for the clinic.
So what you're saying is no matter how mixed my emotions might be, I should go ahead and accept it.
For the good that it's going to do the clinic. And Ben would want you to have that publicity.
Maybe you're right.
You'd really like this whole thing to be over with regarding Ben, wouldn't you?
Yes. And I miss him, but I don't miss the hoopla. All those magazine articles, the banquets, awards. I just want to get back to the plain old business of healing people.
I'll buy that. You know something?
What?
I can't help but feel that there's a bigger hand in all of this, Dave. It's almost as if the Lord is saying that it's time for a lot of people to see a really wonderful guy.
Oh, shucks.
No, I mean it. You know, all of a sudden it's become very fashionable to turn down awards. All of a sudden, everybody is becoming so modest. It sure seems peculiar that one person should finally get a little recognition, and this is just the way to do it. You know, I wouldn't be a bit surprised if the Lord has something very special in mind for you, and nothing could make me happier.
It's just a game, silly.
Yeah, some game. You got yourself a sprained ankle, and for a moment there I thought someone was going to be killed.
But wasn't it exciting? I mean, Scully could have won by shooting me in public with a die. You see, that's how the game works. You shoot someone in public where there are witnesses, and then that way there's no argument as to whether you actually shot them or not. Scully had me hands down till you stepped in.
Yeah, and look where it got me.
Don't worry about it. It's perfectly harmless. It'll wash right out. Would you like me to do it for you?
No, that's all right. Boy, what a feeling, thinking that you've taken your last breath. Jumping in front of a loaded gun. Loaded with dye, of course.
What a buzz!
Well, perhaps, if I'd been warned, yes, but you could have at least told me it was a game and saved me the embarrassment.
No, I couldn't. Scully caught me flat-footed, off guard, in public. To say it was a game would have ruined the kill for him.
Boy, this isn't funny. This is sick.
Well, at least next time you'll know what's going on. You thought Scully was going to hurt me. You thought it was real, didn't you? Vaughn, do you realize what you did out there?
Yes, I made a fool of myself.
You saved my life, Vaughn. Or at least you offered to. I mean, you thought it was real. And you stepped between me and my assassin. You saved my life.
Your play assassin.
That's just the point. If you'd known it was a game, you wouldn't have. You thought I was going to be killed, and you sacrificed your life to save mine. Vaughn, you care for me, don't you? You really like me. Am I right?
I don't know, Tina. I'm a little confused just now.
Me too. You know, I don't believe Courtney, Vaughn. She is always trying to make you out to be some kind of wimp. And I know it's just not true. You're more of a man than anyone I ever met.
I don't know what to say right now.
Don't say anything.
Is there a place around here that I can get some ice? We really should pack your ankle.
Yeah. Over at the Student Union.
All right, I'll go get some.
Sure you want to come back?
Look, Tina, do you have something that I can carry it back in?
Take the wastebasket.
Oh, yeah, that's a good idea. All right. Be right back.
I'm not going anywhere.
It's funny, Dr. Graham didn't mention that he referred her to you.
He didn't say anything about it at all?
Nope.
Must have slipped his mind.
Yeah, I guess so.
I mean, a lot of the doctors send me their patients around here since I'm the new kid on the block.
Yeah.
It cuts down on their workload, adds to mine. That's part of the system here. And besides, there's a lot of mixing of professional and social contacts around here, so I can see how Brian would forget something like that.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Listen, Ben, I gotta get out of here. One last word of warning, though. Be prepared. That phone's gonna start ringing off the hook. You're the only lead we've got.
See.
Okay, I'm gonna try and get the old man to assign me to this case. Call Lori and let her know. It's better she hears it from you than the midday news. I'll be in touch. All right?